Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to do some weeding out. Pens from my collection can be removed and put in my little sale bin. So I thought, well, let's start with the gray 51. These are some of the gray 51s that were in my, quote, collection, as opposed to my, quote, shop. There's sort of a fine line or a blurry line between them. I am my best customer, and I can see that this is going to be difficult, but there has to be one of these should be able to leave. Which one or two or three will it be? The nice thing about a 51 is, for the most part, this cap could go on any barrel. That isn't entirely true, and you 51 purists out there will know what I mean. This cap, even though this cap will fit on this pen, see, perfectly fine. This cap is shorter, so the short cap goes on the short pen. Also, for those of you that pay attention to things like the dates of manufacturing, this clip is later than that clip. But there's so much more to this pen than clip design or age. Whether this was made in 1948 or 1961 is vaguely interesting, but not as interesting as other things about this pen. First of all, the color. I don't know if you can tell, these are gray. In a way, I think gray is the perfect color for the 51. If I was in charge of choosing a 51, just one single 51 to go in a museum of pens, would I choose the mustard? No, of course not. That's a stupid, yes, it's the most valuable color, but no, that isn't the right color. The right color to choose is the gray. Now, why do I say that? It's me talking. This is my channel. I can be as opinionated and bombastic as I want, because this is my channel. You want to make your own channel and be bombastic? No, I'll give you a reason why it's gray. This pen, being that it's such a machine age marvel, and this is right out of, even though Raymond Loewy didn't design this pen, he should have. This is right out of the streamlined stainless steel era, and the gray as a, quote, color or non-color, it is the most metallic of the colors, and somehow this fits excuse me, so well the idea behind the 51. Let's make it battleship gray, dove gray, I guess they called it. So gray is the color. Now, personally, the cordovan brown is pretty nice. That blue is a lovely blue color. Black is always good. Mustard, yeah, mustard's fine. The gray, as many of these pens, color pens, they're all slightly different shades of gray. 50 Shades of Gray only covers half of them. They're all slightly different dye lots or something. I don't know what causes them to be so different, but this is lighter than that by some degree. This is greener than that. They're all slightly wishy-washy in terms of color. Those of you that know my channel will know that I love pens that have names engraved on them. So let's take out this cap. Has to stay here. Not that my name is Will Mayers, but it has to stay here. This is a In memory of Mother. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Look at that. I haven't looked at this pen in a million years. In memory of Mother, it says. If it would get in focus. Can I zoom in? In memory of Mother. What a sweet thing this son or daughter did. Maybe on Mother's birthday or on Mother's Day, at some point after Mother had gone, he went to the store and bought a pen and wanted to have something to remind him of Mother. I don't know what, maybe this was Mother's pen and it was not engraved and then he engraved it. Who knows? Okay, I'm looking for other engravings here and I'm not finding many. Am I finding any other ones? Normally, as you know, this has a name on the side. A.R.P. Sarathi. No one's going to want to buy that, so I'll keep that one. This one is Roger J. Benedid. I do have other gray pens in my collection that are the double jewel ones, so I didn't even bring those out. One of the things that you've noticed that I have not done, which is surprising, is I have not written with, oh, this one, look at this engraving. That has to stay. BHR in big cursive shaded script. So we have to keep that one. I'm also going to pull out the other short pens just because they are kind of rare. So this one, these have to stay for some reason or other. So we're not even going to bother with those. There's caps that have to stay here. The very early, I just looked at it here. One of these, this one has this great, beautiful engraving on of that band. What did they call that? The signet band. Just beautiful, deep engraving, where this has the same band, but this is barely incised. This is just really dug in, and I really like that. But what I have not done, which you're surprised by, is I haven't actually written with any of these things. And now let's start doing that. This may not be as valuable a thing for me to do right now, because these pens, when they have not been used for a while, sometimes it takes a good long while for the ink to start softening up. One of the things I like about 51s is it sort of has this Johnny two-note quality. You can write with it this way, and it's thick, and turn it over and write with it, and it's thin-er. So for a pen for me to really like, the 51, I like that difference to be great. This one goes from 0 to 0. I mean, it's almost the same on either side. So this pen might be able to go. So I'm going to set that in the go bin. I'm going to keep the cap though. I'm going to put some other cap on that 51 I just tried out. This one does have that difference that I talked about. The broad, if you started to write here. See, there's a big difference between that and that. Well, I mean, it's as big as... There's a distinct difference, put it that way. So this pen will be quite fun to write or draw with. Now, these are not you know, I'm not going to do calligraphy with these things, but these are great for thinking, for writing down notes, this way, and then you want to edit those notes, you flip it over and you have the thinner pen to write down your little, oh, I really meant to say jerk rather than asshole. So then you write in the word jerk in this way, you know, or whatever you wanted to. I was just using that for an example of the two words. This cap, you know, has dings and marks and whatever. Well, anyway, I'm keeping this one, so I'm gonna put this with that, and now I've got another keeper. So let's try this nib. This one is similar to the one I just tried, except it's even better. The fine, I think, is going to be even finer. The fine side. Where's some actual ink? A little scratchy though. Well, this is I'm going to put this in the sale bin. I'm probably going to take it out of the sale bin as soon as I, you know, show it to someone and write with it. I'm going to say, oh, gee, I really want that one. This is a really nice cap. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. This cap has not very many dings. So actually, let's put that here. Let's put that on that one. Okay, we've got one we're going to sell. Now I've forgotten which. Really neat. What did this one do? I haven't tried this one yet. This is a really rounded nib. This is going to make someone happy. Because it's very smooth and very rounded. So this will make someone happy. Put that there. Oh. There's something too about the gold caps on the gray pens that I find a little bit weird. I don't generally like to see gold and silver in the same thing. I think there's a line in Leviticus about that, but you know, this one has that variation that I like. Now, not everyone likes this kind of variation, but I like it, so I'm going to keep that one. Okay, I've got two that I'm willing to sell, though. That's good. But this one, this is another gold fill cap. Try writing with this one. This is another broad nib that someone's going to like. I'm hoping that these pens all have good filling systems, because if they don't, I'm screwed. Another broad-ish looking nib. What I should have done is had these nibs soaking a little bit before I started this video. This is a keeper. This has a nice, you know, again, a broader right side up way, and then you flip it upside down and it's thinner. So that again is the thing that I like. This is also kind of a rare cap, so we'll keep that one. This is a cap that only a mother would love. Maybe the mother that was inscribed in that other pen. Maybe she would be the only one that would love this pen. This is a nib that I don't need. I mean, this is a pen I don't need, so put this in the sale bin. Again, it's just a little too similar from one side to the other. It's very smooth, really nice nib. So let's get a, this is like the standard lustraloy cap, which is the most common, I think, and that can go in that pen. So I've got 4 pens I can pedal. What about this one? Why are you slow at starting? Okay, this one looks like it has the kind of nib I like, so we'll keep that one. I love Sterling caps, the Sterling 51 caps, so I don't understand. I mean, I understand why they covered them in, this one needs to be repaired, why they covered them in chrome, because Sterling tarnished and chrome plating didn't. But Sterling is supposed to tarnish. Get with the program. This is a keeper. This one needs to be fixed. This is, looks like it's going to be another kind of nib that I like. Yep. On my desk here, I also have a couple of gray 51s that I guess I'm using. Oh, this needs to be fixed. That doesn't even push. So this looks like it has a big blobby nib, though. This I should fix to sell, but another day. Another big blobby nib. Keep that one. I mean, okay. Again, the kind of nib I like. Okay, I think I've done enough. I got four of them. So now what I'm going to do is just set these in water, just to see if I could get the ink, the dried ink that's in there, a little bit loosened up. Yep, there we go. 4 pens. See? Thank you for helping me. I would never have done that without your help. Put these back in my drawer. And I've got a drawer full of brown, and a drawer full of blue, and a drawer full of black. But I won't bring those out. I won't bother you with those. I wanted to start with the gray because of the gray. The reason that I like gray with a 51 is because of the metal aspect of it, the metal color, the cool metal color. This is a 51 special, which meant it has a steel nib, but it's really, really fine. It's just an amazing little nib. I've had this for a long, long time. And I probably should sell this too, because I have other nibs like this, but I don't trust you with this pen. I trust you. You're okay. You wouldn't break it. You'd break it. You'd press down too hard and it'd just break. But you'd be okay. So would you. I think you'd get it, but not everyone would. And you'd think it's scratchy, or you think it wouldn't work, and you'd press down. In fact, this pen, when I got it, actually it wasn't this one, but one almost identical to it, I thought the nib was broken because it wasn't writing. And I thought, oh shit, I just will have to replace the nib. But it turned out that the ink, there was ink dried up in the tines, so it didn't flow. But once it started flowing, I thought, oh god, this is a great nib. You know, 9/10 of you out there, or 99/100ths of you out there would say this is too scratchy. But it's supposed to be, because there's like one atom of iridium, or whatever the non-gold nibs had on the end of them, at the end of this point. And of course it's going to be sharp. It's supposed to be. And if someone took this pen and brought it over to a, quote, nib grinder, and they grind it to make it broader, they would just ruin what this pen could do. It's like, it would be like putting, work boots on a ballet dancer. It's just the beauty and the delicacy of this nib would be destroyed by a nib grinder. Even a nib grinder, let's say there was the best nib grinder in the world, using the best tools and the best everything. The ideal nib grinder, by changing this from a very excruciatingly fine nib that by its nature has to be sharp, to one that is smooth, you're then adding, essentially you're adding material to the very tip. So when it used to do that, it's going to do something like that. You're making more contact. Now, nib grinding, there's reasons to do it, which I don't want to go into here. I don't want to say all nib grinding is going to result in something horrible. But taking a pen like this, that is scratchy, and altering it so it isn't scratchy would be destroying this nib. It's supposed to be scratchy. I'm just telling you. Bye.